Hello everyone, welcome to Wing Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've all decided to join me today. Today we're going to do our first set of alternatives for the May 2026 paper pumpkin kit called Sparkling Celebrations. And here are the 9 cards that you could have made had you done this kit as intended. But as you know, we don't do as intended around here, so we're going to shake things up a bit. And we're going to do some alternatives. So while I'm getting the first one out here and ready, if I could ask you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Join us, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration out of what I am doing here. So we are going to start with a card base of Blackberry Bliss. This is one of my favorite colors. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we're going to give this a nice burnish with our bone folder so we can make it lay as flat as possible. I have a piece of Very Vanilla for the inside that's 4 by 5 1/4. This is half of one of the card bases that came in the kit, and these are those light up lanterns that in some places they set off, so kind of pretty, and it's got a little sheen to it, if you can see that or not. The light catches it. So we're going to do, this is our first layer. So let me find my glue here, and we will get this layer down. These are going to be pretty easy cards because the focal point of these card bases kind of do all the work. So there's not too much that we need to do, which I guess is good in a way. But I'm not going to lie, I kind of struggled with this kit just because, and I've heard others say the same thing. So I don't know what it is, but they were hard to make alternatives out of. So here are some more of the lanterns that came in the kit. So we're going to just pop those up on here randomly somewhere. And I'm going to put this label that I cut from the labels that came with the silly old bear. If I can find it real quick, I can tell you what it's called. But if you all could see my desk, you would just die because it is such a mess. Sometimes it gets to be so messy that it makes me nervous. Does anybody else have that problem? You can't keep it straightened up because if you do, then you can't craft, but it gets to be such a mess. Okay, where are those label dies? I can find the stamp set. Oh, here it is. Ha ha ha. So the sweet words and labels. So we used, let's see, this one right here out of this bunch. So I cut that out of Very Vanilla, and we are going to stamp on that. So let's kind of put this to the side for a second. We're going to stamp in Blackberry Bliss, and we are going to stamp with an old retired set called Greatest Adventure. And I'm going to do good luck on your new adventure here. And on the inside, here's to happiness ahead. So this could be used for, you know, a retirement card or, you know, any going away type card. All right, so we're back to using our lovely favorite red rubber stamps. You know, you guys know how much I love these. Uh-oh, we got something on our, I'm going to use this side. Okay. Something on the other side. So I'm going to see if I can get this down here. So remember, with the red rubber stamps, it's all about the don't rock the block and just the right amount of pressure so that the ink transfers, but we don't get any of that halo effect. There we go. That one worked out well. On the inside, we're going to do here's to happiness ahead. So let's ink this up. I mean, you can see how the block always picks up on all that red rubber. It always picks up ink. And if you press too hard or you rock the block, you're going to end up with that ink transferring to your paper when you don't really want it to. I mean, luckily, you know, papers have 2 sides to them. So if we mess it up, we can try, see, and I did. I messed it up just trying to pick it up. Okay, I'm going to use the other side. Try this again. I had it until I went to pick it up, and then I dropped it. Alright, so we're going to do just like this. Very easy. There we go. Perfect. All right. I'm kind of in a way glad they got rid of the red rubber stamps. They drive me crazy. All right, let's get this card put together. So we're going to get this on the inside. Just like this. All right, and back on the outside, we're going to put this flat because I'm going to pop up those little lanterns. Oops. I've got the dropsies today, I'm telling you. All right, so we're just going to put that right down here at the bottom. No damage done, that's good. All right, now we need dimensionals. I'm thinking these are kind of tiny. We might need mini dimensionals. So here we have some of those. Mini dimensionals are what came in this kit. So let's see if we can get this started here. There we go. So we're going to put one there. And one on here. And if I can get another one up off of here. There we go. We'll put one here. And one there. All right. Get the backs off of these. And we're just going to put these just, you know, wherever looks good. They're supposed to be floating, so there's no right or wrong to them. Except I put it upside down. There is a right or wrong. Hang on. Let's turn that around. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to go. We'll put that one there. And this one we're going to put over here. There we go. Perfect. Now, we're going to use some of these transparent adhesive back dots because they've got this nice pretty Blackberry Bliss color in here. And I'm thinking maybe we will just do two. One here. And one over here. And I think with the bling that's already on here with the lanterns, I think that's enough. So, there's our first card. Easy peasy. So, let's put that to the side. Now, our second one, we're going to start with white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to give this a nice burnish just to make sure it lays nice and flat. We've got a piece of white for the inside that's 4 by 5 1/4. We've got this piece which came in the kit. This is half of one of the card bases and it's got the sparkling stars on it. So that's going to be our first layer. So we'll get this down on our card. So it's pretty much going to cover up the whole front of our card, which is fine. Okay, now this came in the kit too. So this window, and these had, you know, paper in all these, so they punch out to make the window so you can actually see through it. So this is going to be our next, well, not quite. This is going to be our last layer. Our next layer is going to be this firework display here. So this is how it came in the kit. And we're going to put that down in here and then put our window over it so that it looks like we're looking out the window at the fireworks display. So let's get this put down right here. Looks pretty good. And then this is going to go over it. So we're going to have that. And before we put that down though, we're going to stamp right down here at the bottom of this. So let's move that to the side for a second. We're going to stamp in Night of Navy. That is the blue color that is in this kit, or that is coordinating with this kit. I think it actually came with a Misty Moonlight stamp. Yeah, here it is. Came with Misty Moonlight as your stamping spot, but I want to use the darker color, so we're going to use Night of Navy. And in the stamp set, there was, so here's your stamp set that came in the kit. There's this Time to Celebrate, and then there's You're Invited, Wishing You Happiness, There's some stars, a firework, and this is supposed to be a tree. So like trees that are at the horizon. So we're going to use that coming soon, but not today. So I'm going to use this Time to Celebrate on the inside of our card. And so for the outside, I dug up a stamp out of the Notes of Spring. This is one of the Product of the Month kits a couple months ago. And I'm going to use this Happiest Birthday Wishes, because I think it'll fit right down there at the bottom. So let's ink this up. Make sure we got it all. Okay. So right down here under the window. So I'm going to try to center this as best that I can. And we will get that just like that. Okay. So that's going to be our next layer. And on the inside, we'll do our Time to Celebrate. And we'll get that down right here. There we are. Okay, we're going to put the ink away. We might actually get through this whole thing without me getting ink everywhere. Alright, so we're going to put this on the inside. So just like that. Back on the outside, we're going to put glue on this, just, you know, on the outer edges here. Making sure we get the corners. And then we'll just set this down right there. Kind of wiggle that so that it's covering that card front. Alright, so there we go. And then we're going to put bling. This is the bling that came in the kit. So it's just these rhinestone looking things. So we're going to use these. And let's see. Maybe we'll just do like we did on the other one. We'll just do two, one on each side of our sentiment. There we go. So Happiest Birthday Wishes. Alright, so here are the 2 cards that we made today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will be back very soon with some more, and I hope to see you then. Have a crafty day. Bye.